Hi, this is Eric Burton. I'm doing a quick video update to demonstrate data validation for both post and put routes for my group collection and my performance collection. They each contain data validation, return a 400 or 500 error if the data requirements are not met. So I'm going to quickly just walk through my code for my group. Here's my create or my post. Just show my validation quickly. The first one, a name must exist. It must be a string and not be empty. Um, and then members must exist. Members must be an array, and they must have at least one element. And genre must exist, must be a string and not be empty. The cost to perform must exist and be a non-negative number. We'll quickly come down here to the put, and we can see the same thing. Always validate the ID. If the name is provided, it must be a non-empty string. If members are provided, it must be a non-empty string of arrays, and so forth for the remaining data. And similar idea for performance, post, and for update or put. Let's jump over to um, render.com, Swagger API documentation. And here we're going to trigger a 400 error for post for groups. And let's copy it here. I just have some data over here we're going to copy and plug in here. So here we can see that members is it's not an array, it's a string. So it should trigger two 400 errors that it's 400, it must be an array and it must contain at least one member. Let's get it to trigger a 500 error because it's going to give us a 500 error because we're only including one required field instead of the four that are required. I anticipate this to send us a 500 error because it's not hitting the server. It's not including all of the um, fields that are required. Let's jump over to performances. I'm sorry, to put. Let's do put for groups. So I already have an ID over here. And we're going to plug in some more information, invalid data, to trigger a 400 error. Members is not an array, it's a string, and the website is not a URL. Let's go ahead and send that. I get 400 error, and I get back the different messages that I have because I didn't validate this data. Let's get it to trigger a 500 error because I'm not including all of the required data. Fields. Now we get a 500. Let's see if we can do this for performances as well to do the post. Try it out. Here we get a 400 error. Let's trigger a 500 error because we're not including all of the required data. Here's our 500 error. Let's try it for a put. We're sending invalid data, members, and the cost to perform, albums released, whole bunch of errors on this one. And we get 400 error not found. All right. I have to go back and fix that one. Let's see what I did wrong, maybe. Let's get it to trigger a 500 real quick. Let's try it. I put in wrong data. There we go. There's our 400 response giving us back our data validation messages. Let's do a 500 for this as well. And again, I'm not including all of the required fields that go in there, and that's why I'm getting the 500 error. And there's our 500 error, server error. That concludes my updated video. Thanks.